Why I'm obsessed with how Cooper Flagg plays basketball. Hoop Central, y'all. Y'all hit the subscribe button for your boy KingTRAVV, y'all. A lot of y'all not subscribed for your boy, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. It takes 2 seconds out of your time, man. Pause the video. Hit the subscribe button for your boy. Please and thank you, y'all, as we grinding for 815 away and to the 1,000 mark. Let's watch this video, y'all. See what this man Hoop Central talking about Cooper Flagg. He is going crazy so far. Leading most favorite. Well, not I could say most favorite. Leading candidate for NBA Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg. And he's just on a shitty ass Mavs team right now.
But before we get into what Flagg is doing, you need to understand.
You need to build around Cooper Flagg for sure.
Because once you hear this, the numbers hit completely different. Flagg
the main event. This his nickname already.
American prospects, the league has
he just gave him that.
Zion or LeBron James. Like LeBron,
yeah, the best prospect since Zion and LeBron, y'all.
Every game watched, every move dissected. So far, the teenager from Maine has lived up to the hype, but getting here wasn't easy. Last season, during his lone year at Duke, Flagg swept the awards circuit, Naismith's Men's College Player of the Year, the whole thing. This season,
yeah,
though,
Duke went crazy that year.
Before smashing records once held
only
by
have to
King
play
James
one season,
straight to the league he'd never dealt with at any point in his basketball life. Flagg walked into a Dallas locker room that looked like it was loaded with vet experience. 5 players with 10 or more years in the league.
Before I watched this video, I looked at the Mavs, man. They lost 9 straight going into the All-Star game, man. All-Star weekend, man. That shit crazy. The Mavs are cooked, y'all. And Kyrie, and then Shams tweeted out Kyrie's out for the season with that ACL. Ain't no need coming back for Kyrie. Ain't no need to coming back for Tatum for the Celtics, bro. If I'm the Celtics, bro, I'm not rushing Tatum back, bro. Ain't no way. They like second in the East. Why rush him back? Jaylen Brown is playing the best season of his life. A young Antetokounmpo right there.
Flagg was 18, the youngest player in the NBA, one of the youngest first-year players the league has ever seen. 1 year of college experience, and he'd never played full-time point guard. Not at Duke, not in high school. And the environment he stepped into didn't exactly make things easier. With Irving out and Dallas leaning into jumbo big lineups, Flagg was often operating in traffic, surrounded by limited shooting. Outside of PJ Washington and Max Christie, the spacing simply wasn't there. Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, D'Angelo Russell, and Najee Marshall all opened the season shooting 35% or below from 3, leaving the Mavericks bottom 3 in the NBA in 3-point accuracy. Through his first 5 NBA games, Flagg averaged 13.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists in 32.2 minutes per night, shooting 45.7% on 2-pointers and 26.7 from 3. Solid for a rookie, but hardly eye-popping, especially compared to the hot starts from fellow rookies like Edgecombe, Dylan Harper, Con Knipple, and others lighting it up early. Then came the injuries. Dallas' second most important long-term building block and fellow Dookie, Derek Lively, went down early. Daniel Gafford missed time. Anthony Davis, he ended up missing more games for Dallas than he actually played.
Yeah.
If Dallas has any sense, Kyrie Irving shouldn't touch
they
the
traded
this
his
season
ass
while rehabbing that ACL, which meant Flagg had to carry all of it. Yeah, there were moments where the load looked like it might be too heavy. Cooper's still a teenager in his first year in the NBA, but he never showed it because this kid is a competitive motherfucker. And that's what I love most about him. All season long, Flagg has been a constant on the defensive end. There really
He's chased down blocks, bro, off the glass. It's crazy. And wingspan he got.
Defender, willingly takes on whatever match
like in his archetype.
And competes possession after possession.
He's my rookie of the year.
Quicker guards can still give him trouble at the point of attack. That's expected. But as a help defender and rebounder, Flagg has adapted about as well as anyone could have hoped for this early. Just 6 days shy of his 19th birthday, Cooper Flagg made a play that had no business coming from a teenager. With Dallas trailing the Utah Jazz by 3 in the final minute of the fourth quarter,
it's Ace Bailey and the Jazz.
Absorbed a heavy body blow from Kyle Filipowski and still finished a
with the left
layup through contact for his 38th and 39th points. Flagg finished with 42 points,
42,
7
and 6.
Officially becoming the youngest player in NBA history.
What?
40 points in a game.
That man was on a tear.
Who scored 37 back in December 2003. Flagg scored 40 in regulation, then added 2 of Dallas' 4 points in overtime. Despite his best effort, the Mavericks still lost. And that's been the story far too often.
Still lost is crazy.
Dallas sits in the lottery, fresh off trading Anthony Davis for what amounted to late.
They're what in the lottery?
Fresh off. That's been the story far too often this season. Dallas sits in the lottery.
Oh, they sit in the lottery. I thought you said
what amounted to late first or second round picks.
Draft lottery. When is that coming? Because the draft is in June. I know that.
But the roster, comparing this situation to LeBron's rookie year, actually makes a lot of sense if you remember who he had to play with. And despite that, James had become the only real reference point for Flagg's offensive production at this age. Flagg, who turned 19 on December 21, broke LeBron's NBA records for the most points and assists in a game by an 18-year-old. LeBron remains the only player to average more points per game at 18, posting 20.2 per game compared to Flagg's 18.8. But here's what makes this even crazier. Talent evaluators didn't expect the scoring to come this fast. Flagg was the consensus top-ranked player in his draft class because of his all-round impact. But the scoring, that was supposed to come later. There was real skepticism about whether he could function as a primary scorer early in his career. Turns out, that concern might have been way off. So when I tell you I'm beyond impressed with how this kid plays basketball, it's because he's putting up these stats under conditions that would break most 19-year-olds. And week after week, he looks like he's getting better.
Hey. Over Middleton, old eyes.
Coming into the NBA, Flagg expected to be one of those rare number 1 picks who steps into playoff basketball right away. Dallas had just beaten 1.8% lottery odds, and on paper, he was joining a roster featuring multiple veteran future Hall of Famers. That could not have been further from how it actually played out. Despite how disappointing the season has been for the Mavericks, Flagg has earned rave reviews from opposing coaches, scouts, and executives across the league. And once his role stabilized, the production followed. Since shifting back to primarily playing his natural forward position, Flagg has averaged 21.4 points, 6.6
Cooper Flagg keep balling out this, man. Dallas has to build around him, man. Do not waste the talent in it. Cooper Flagg.
Flagg himself has been honest about how difficult the early adjustment was. In November, he said, "I think it's a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility that comes with being a point guard. And I don't know if I was ready for that or if I was ready to handle that right off the bat. I tried my best. It wasn't perfect, but I think I learned a lot through that." And that's the part that sticks with me. Even when it didn't look good, he was absorbing everything. What's really telling is how Flagg registers even when he struggles. Philadelphia head coach Nick Nurse pointed out Flagg's ability to regather his composure throughout games, despite the mental and physical fatigue that comes with heavy minutes and constant responsibility. One Western Conference GM didn't mince words. His greatest strength is his competitiveness. He's a motherfucker. Multiple coaches have echoed the same thing. The effort never changes. Nuggets coach David Adelman said when he doesn't play well, I still really like watching him play because of the way he plays. The intensity, that takes you a long way when you're young. He's got the size, the skill, and the feel for the game. All of that is rare. But the thing people around the league keep circling back to is the competitive character, the wiring. You probably can't quantify competitiveness in a box score, but when a first-year teenager is the only rookie ranking top 3 in his class in total points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals, that tells you everything about the motor, the willingness to impact the game everywhere, the refusal to coast. Adelman nailed it. When he doesn't play well, I still really like watching him play. Flagg is watchable even on bad nights because the effort never drops. The compete level never dips. For a 19-year-old, that's incredibly rare. And that's what separates him.
Yeah, man, 19 is still
Hot streaks
A
fade.
teenager,
highlight reels
man.
get old, but effort,
Still here. He dropped
two-way
40
impact,
against that game against the Hornets, bro.
and it tends to get better with time. Now that we've talked about why his game is different, let's go to the best performances
And they still
of his
lost,
young
I
career
believe.
so far and put it into proper perspective. Flagg's 49-point night on January 29 was the most by a rookie since Trae Young in 2019.
Holy.
He also became the youngest player in NBA history to record 40-plus points and 10-plus rebounds in a game. And he's the first rookie since Blake Griffin to post a 45-point, 10-rebound performance.
That's crazy.
A historic night by any standard. And the game didn't even start well for Cooper. The Mavericks hosted the red-hot Charlotte Hornets, trying to snap Charlotte's 4-game winning streak. It also doubled as a Rookie of the Year measuring stick, with the two favourites, fellow Blue Devil and top 5 pick Con Knippel and Cooper Flagg facing off for the first time this season.
These badass motherfuckers right here.
It looked like Knippel's night.
These badass motherfuckers.
Drilling 4
They went crazy this game, man.
helping Charlotte explode to a 33
Up there, one of the best games of the year.
But Flagg refused to
Coming
let it
from
slide.
rookies, man.
The second quarter was absurd. Flagg poured in 23 points on 8
You
for
damn
9
right that
shooting,
shit was
2
absurd.
threes from the top of the key, an and one in transition, and a violent dunk. over
One man
Richard
show
Williams.
for Flagg,
By
man. Get
halftime, he
poster.
had 25 points. And what was
FaceTime,
once a
man.
had turned into a 1-point game, 59-58. Flagg crossed 30 points early in the third, but Knippel answered with 3 straight triples, pushing Charlotte's
didn't give
lead
a
back
fuck.
to double digits. Then Knippel cooled off. Flagg didn't. He hit 40 points before the third quarter even ended. Dallas finally grabbed the lead early in the fourth after back-to-back
Clay.
from Klay Thompson and Caleb Martin to close the third, and another from Thompson to open the fourth. Flagg tied his career high with 42 on a pull-up elbow jumper shortly after. Then came the moment that told you everything. After Flagg scored his 44th point, Charlotte left Klay Thompson open in the corner to double a rookie at the top of the key.
That's how you
One of the
know
greatest shooters ever,
motherfuckers was
left
locked
wide
in,
open
man.
so they could send
That's how you
two
know
defenders
Cooper Flagg
to the
dangerous.
that almost never happens. Think about what
You
that says
doubling
about
a
how
rookie
good
and leaving
Charlotte was
the
as a
great
kid.
one of the greatest shooters of all time, Klay
The game
Thompson.
came down to the rookies. Flagg tied it at 121 with a 3 and 34
Ain't no
seconds
way.
left.
FaceTime. $49.
On the next possession, Knippel picked his pocket and calmly knocked down 2
was good
free throws
defense.
to retake the lead. Flagg had one last chance, a shot to tie it, a shot to hit 50, but his buzzer beater sailed long through a double team. Even in a loss,
They had the
he
double
made
team on
history.
that right there.
At just
Tough
19
loss
years
though.
old,
But
Flagg
they
joined
still was going
LeBron
crazy.
James and Anthony Edwards.
Damn, he
one
joined
of the
Ant-Man
three
and
players to
LeBron.
record multiple
That's a
40-point
good
games
list.
at that age or younger, on top of already owning the record for most points by a teenager. A Western Conference scouting director summed it up. He's better than advertised, if that's possible. And that's the crazy part. The number 1 pick, the most hyped prospect since Zion or LeBron, and he's still outpacing what people thought he'd be. The 3-point shot is the last piece, and all signs point to it coming. I titled this video, Why I'm Obsessed with How Cooper Flagg Plays Basketball, and I want to be clear about what that means. I'm not obsessed with a 49-point game. I'm not obsessed with broken records. I'm obsessed with a 19-year-old on a bad team with limited help, carrying the 26th ranked offense in the league,
Definitely.
and still playing every possession like it matters. Both ends, every night. That motor, that competitive fire, that two-way intensity. That's what wins championships eventually, and that's what separates Cooper Flagg from every other hype prospect we've seen come through.
That pass, that pass right
Isn't
there was
whether
crazy.
it's going to be great anymore, it's how great.
What
And
Wemby
honestly,
defended.
That answer might depend on what Dallas does this offseason, because
Dallas have to make some moves.
decent roster around this kid.
Build around this
The
kid,
Warriors
man.
Should be terrified. So what do you see when you watch Cooper Flagg? Future MVP?
I see a
elite
superstar. I see a champion in Cooper Flagg, soon to be champion in the future, man. I see a lot of things in Cooper Flagg, man. The Dallas Mavs have to build around him, y'all. They lost 9 straight. Like I said, y'all, they're 12th in the Western Conference. It's already over with. At this point, they got to make some shake in the draft, build around Cooper Flagg. If not, man, get them. What was the point of drafting? What was the point? You ain't gonna do nothing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like for your boy KingTRAVV. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Postseason is coming up after the All-Star. We got probably 30, 40 games left for the regular season. You already know. It's time to lock in, y'all. Lock in.